Good morning, everybody, and welcome to week 4 of your required lessons. This is the first week that the assignments will be mandatory and not encouraged. So we're going to give you less work so that you can work on it and do it really, really well. All right, so let me walk you through this week's PowerPoint. We have our power standards. So what we are working on this week is we are working on writing and producing clear and coherent writing in which the development, organization, and style are appropriate to task, purpose, and audience. So we are working on our synthesis thesis, and we are also going to be reading some sources, and we're looking for key ideas and details to determine central ideas or themes of a text, analyze their development over the course of the text, and craft and structure, analyze how the author's ideas or claims are developed and refined. So those are our power standards for this week. What does that mean for you? Well, I have your learning targets. So your goals and targets for this week are I can determine my topic for my synthesis paragraphs. And usually I say essay, but we're going to shorten it since you guys are working on it mostly at home. And there's not going to be too much of you and I getting to conference about it. So we're just going to do 2 paragraphs and a thesis as opposed to an entire essay. So I'm shortening the assignment. So I can determine my topic for the synthesis paragraph. Most of you have already done this, or if you have not engaged in the work from the last couple of weeks, you still have been thinking about it. Your topic would be something like racism or sexism or xenophobia or anti-Semitism, whatever you were talking about or wanted to write about when we were doing this assignment in class. I can write a clear thesis. And finally, I can identify key themes in a piece of text, which will be a source, and apply the source to my thesis. So those are your learning targets for the week. So here are some thesis examples. Some of you have already written a working thesis, and I'm going to give you feedback on that today. Others of you are just getting started. No big deal. So here are some examples that I wrote. So the topic will be racism. The thesis is racism holds back all of society by preventing people of color same opportunities, which stops the progression of our country from moving forward. Another one was my topic was sexism. Sexism holds back all of society by unfairly obstructing women's progress and punishing them for becoming mothers. So this one is a little bit more specific about what I'm going to write about. Now, I have some thesis starters. So just some like STEM sentences that you could plug your information into if you're struggling to come up with a working thesis. So this one says topic, what's your topic? Racism, sexism, xenophobia, negative stereotypes, whatever. Holds back all of society because, and then you're going to tell me how that happens. Or you could do your topic create, so sexism creates blank and blank, which prevents society from moving forward. So those are some starters. So after you've done your thesis, then we're going to move on to your sources. Now, you may use any source that I presented in class. That could be the Vice episode, that could be the YouTube videos that I showed, that could be the poems or the song lyrics. You could use any of those. You could use your novel or any other book that we read this year. Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, American Born Chinese, any of those. You could do any of those. Or you can do research and find a source for your thesis. And you could look on Google and find news articles. You could go to the library and look up some academic articles. We just want to make sure that your sources are credible. And if you are having a hard time figuring out if they're credible, you can email me and I will help you with that. So finally, if you did the activity the last 3 weeks, great, you got a head start. You've already picked your topic. You can use your working thesis, and I'm going to give you feedback on that. And you can already use the source that you found. That would be one of your sources. You need 2 sources per paragraph. and we're going to do 2 paragraphs total. So don't worry, if you didn't do the activities, that's okay. You can start today. If you did do the activities, you're just a little bit further ahead and you can maybe focus a little bit more on just kind of writing and refining this week while everybody else does this. All right? And where do I want you to do this? You are going to be filling out this your synthesis planning sheet. So fill out your planning sheet. I'm going to show you what that is. Email me if you have questions. The planning sheet is due Friday, April 24th at noon. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can give you feedback over the weekend so we can start writing. And then finally, after I give you feedback, we'll be able to start actually drafting our paragraphs. So let me show you where you're going to do this. In your OneNote, under online learning, I have all 4 weeks here, and this is week 4, mandatory lessons. I have your PowerPoint in here so you can go back and look at it if you need to. I have your synthesis prompt. So this is on the discrimination unit. Here's the synthesis prompt. Your task using evidence from all the text we've read over this unit. Read a well-developed argument, which is your thesis, plus 2 paragraphs regarding how discrimination holds back society. So there's that. And then finally, you're going to fill out your planning sheet, which I already distributed. You'll write your thesis, your claim right here. First reason for your body paragraph. What's the first source? Title, author. So is this a song? Is this a documentary? Is this a news source? And what quote you'll be using or paraphrasing. Then you'll put your second source in there. Title, author, what quote you'll be using or paraphrasing, and then explain how the two are connected. So for example, if I used the documentary Black and Blue that talked about Black Lives Matter and police brutality that Vice did, I could use a quote from that episode, and then I could say something that connects to my next source. So I could say, just like in the Vice episode, the song Freedom by Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar talks about the persecution that Black people have felt in this country by some police officers, and make a connection that way. So it's up to you how you connect those two sources. I highly recommend that you choose one news, documentary, book source, and then choose one piece of art like song lyrics, a poem, an excerpt from a novel, something along those lines. Here is the body paragraph 2, your second reason, 2 more sources, and then how they're connected. So this is what I would like you guys to finish this week. Okay? If you have any questions or concerns, please email me. I'm happy to help. I'll be working all week. Otherwise, happy planning, and I look forward to reading all of your guys' assignments. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.